I'm Brent Carson. I'm with the Delaware County Historical Society. I'm the board president of that group. And so I have had a lifetime really of interest in preserving history. When you think of history, you think of a story. That word story is right there in that word. And so when you think of a historical society, it's preserving the story, in this case of Delaware County.
So one of the missions of the Delaware County Historical Society is to educate the community on our history. And we feel that they can do that right here in this house. We will have tours of school children that will come through the house and the barn. We actually have created a program for 5th grade students, and it is part of the Underground Railroad tour. This home was actually on the Underground Railroad, so we expect that slaves came up from the south and came up through the past the Olentangy River right here into the Meeker homestead. And so we have one of our retired teachers that will dress in costume, and she will be the lady of the home. And school children will come in and she will pretend like there's really slaves that need her help, that need to be hidden here. So that makes it very real. It's much more than reading it in a textbook. It's seeing it for their very own eyes, and it's experiencing that.
One of the things we like to show the children is the telephone, because usually they'll come in the kitchen to start their tours. And of course, they would not recognize that that is a telephone. So we have fun demonstrating it to them. We will wind it up and pick up the flash hook and say, "Hello, Mabel, please get me 2824. "Yes, I'm fine, and how are you doing?" And we, ham it up a little bit for them. And then when we go to the music room, we of course play the old-fashioned record players, which, there's another thing. They don't have to put earbuds in or anything to listen to it. It just comes out.
I consider it quite a privilege to work in a nearly 200-year-old home. I think about all the families that lived here. I wonder how many kids have slid down the banister. I wonder how many kids have run around outside and played games. And at times, sometimes I feel like an intruder, but also I feel like I really respect the people who lived here, who worked really hard. Many times, they didn't have modern equipment. They used horses, they used oxen, they used cattle to do the work. And I just think it's such a privilege to be able to pass along that history and that legacy to future generations.
I grew up here in Delaware County and ended up becoming a school teacher. I always tried to incorporate something about local history into the history classes that I taught, as there is no such thing as history not really being local. There is no place that does not have history. You just have to go out and try to find that, and try to promote that, and try to preserve that.
We are always looking for docents. A docent is a person who takes people around and gives them a tour and presents historic facts and tells them about the house.
There are so many ways that people can participate in the Delaware County Historical Society, even little ways, from an object that they may have that was pertaining to Delaware's history. Photographs. We love to borrow photographs from people of scenes or the people who lived here.
So if anybody is interested in volunteering, go to our website and you can find out information there about what you have to do to become a volunteer. And we would be very, very happy if we had a lot more volunteers because we love what we do and we want everybody to be as excited about working here as we are.